I'm with the Empowered Lounge. Be sure to check me out at www.theempoweredlounge.com. Whether you want me to host your next MCing event, up in the building, that's right. Speaking engagement.
My name is Ebony Chanel, and I'll be hosting tonight. And I just want to let you know, can't nobody do it better than me, baby.
Or a youth and adult workshop. All right, does anybody know what this word says?
Yes.
What does it say? You can yell it out.
Purpose.
Purpose. Please make sure you contact me there. All right? See you soon.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
Yo, what's up? It's the ManUp Podcast Lounge. It's the ManUp Podcast Lounge. It's the ManUp Podcast Lounge. ManUp Podcast Lounge.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
Yo, what's up? It's the ManUp Podcast Lounge. It's the ManUp Podcast Lounge. It's the ManUp Podcast Lounge. ManUp Podcast Lounge. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the ManUp Podcast Lounge, where us kings are uplifting other kings in the community. I'm your boy, VC, and I got with me my man, Anthony. I got with Coach B and Coach Twine at the Powerhouse, the ManUp Podcast Lounge. So what we're going to talk about today is how these guys came up, or like where they started from, and we just want to hear their backstory. So we can go with Coach Twine first.
Storm to the wall.
Okay, well, let me think about this. Okay, how I get started in what, actually, in the boxing or my career?
How you just started with your career? You know, your career, and first, like what inspired you and where you started from. Tell me that.
Okay, well, I actually started from I was a chef and a food and beverage director at a certain spot, and I went to Johnson & Wales to get my certification to do that. But at the time, I was trying to find myself with doing this boxing gym situation thing. And I don't go into too detail about that. But things happened to where I was forced to do this boxing thing, and I'm here now. So that's where I'm at.
I ain't force you.
Okay. Speak up, B. Speak up, B. Let me hear you.
I ain't force you, man. No, I did.
No, he
I
didn't force me,
did.
but he was showing me a vision,
did.
and I wasn't listening for a while, and I just I couldn't get it until I was forced to do it, and then now the vision is so clear. Now I'm like, what was your thing?
Yeah, because you said you was cooking at McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
You said us is close, you know.
No, I was cooking though, but not at McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
You know? And but he got exposed to some things to me just to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
To be your own boss.
Be your own boss. You went Johnson & Wales.
Yes, and I should have done it with my. Not saying I should have done it. Things happen the way they should happen because I'm coming for the restaurant, food truck as well. So that's another segment, you know. So I was just forced to do the boxing at this
Keep
point.
saying I forced them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into that a little later.
I know what you're saying.
Figure out
Sound
what's
like you're saying
behind
I forced you. I'm your partner.
Okay. And when I say enforcement, that my job actually forced me to do that.
Yeah.
It was to give me the opportunity and give me the vision.
Yeah.
But I would never step out. I was so scared. It was
Yeah.
like jumping off a cliff. And I was like, nah, man, I ain't bye.
Yeah.
Nope, bye. You know?
So let me ask you this, because if I'm not misinformed, you are related to the past Sweet Pea Whitaker, correct?
Right.
So, at what point in your life were you introduced to boxing?
Boxing was introduced to me for real as a punishment.
Okay.
At one point. So, when we get in trouble and we have to do things, when we did it our way, it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But and he had to show us, so our punishment was to go to the gym, and I was introduced to boxing, and it became a thing that I hated at first.
Yeah.
But then I got in so much trouble to it started becoming something that I love.
Yeah.
And then that's what introduced me really into boxing.
Okay. Who introduced you to? Do you?
Uncle.
Your uncle. Okay. Okay.
And let me clear this up too.
Okay. Okay.
He's my uncle by marriage.
Okay.
But he raised me since 8 years old. 8
Gotcha.
years old.
Gotcha.
So it's more or less my father figure than my uncle at anything.
Gotcha.
So he means more to me than anything. And that shit says a lot to what I'm doing right now to this day.
Yeah. So at what age do you recall when you finally took it, like it became yours and not someone else's?
I will say that when I got older, when it became a business,
Okay.
it started making me understand the business more and to understand how to teach and things like that. So I took more control of it as when I got older, not when I was younger. When I was younger, I took advantage of it. It was just exercises, having fun.
Yeah.
You know, and we didn't want to do too much because he didn't want us to box in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, so that's when it came.
Yeah. Coach B, same question to you. Like, when were you first introduced to boxing? And then part two of it, when did it finally become yours, something that you were passionate about?
Since I was a kid, I've always watched Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler.
Yeah.
That era.
Yeah.
That's when I got into boxing.
Yeah.
It's always been boxing, basketball, football.
Glory days when nobody was scared of nobody. Everybody wanted to smoke.
So, D, tell us about when you played tennis. Don't leave that part out. You know you gotta put that in there too, man. Come on, now we was on the same
I
team.
only did that for fun.
No, I'm just messing. So, since Coach Juan don't want to tell us the backstory, you go ahead and tell us why you dragged that man out his 9-to-5 job. He was cooking good at McDonald's, and you had to stop him from that.
No, I just had an idea to open up a gym, and I always wanted to do it. You know, with my man. I actually wanted to open a restaurant up before.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him to come out to do that, so one day I just brought the idea of a gym to him, and it sparked something in him.
Yeah.
Maybe it was timing, but it sparked something in him, and you know, he jumped on board actually early, before he's actually saying I forced him. He jumped on board early.
It wasn't you to force.
Okay.
Well, you can chime in.
Well, I didn't.
Chime in.
I didn't force him. I mean, you know, I just try to push him in that direction. I ain't force him.
Yeah.
He's not referring to me. I was just joking. But
Well, force me for real, not to interrupt. Force me to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Right.
That was one of the things he was forcing.
Yeah.
And that was a great thing that I love him for that. You know, because if I had never stuck out to understand it, I wouldn't be here to this day.
Yeah.
So,
because he can cook,
so,
and I always want him to have his own spot. You know what I mean? Because he can cook so good. And
Yeah, them
cooking
fries,
for
them
other
fries,
people.
them fries be good.
He cooking them fries for other people.
you're right.
Himself.
And that made me realize that.
What?
You're doing all this for these other people.
He jumped
Good
on
for us.
board
Yeah.
in the early on. He was still, you know, chefing it up or whatever. And then I say about 3 months. 3 months in, that's when he got forced into the
Yeah,
vision.
he forced him.
He was more forced into the vision, and from there, I mean,
Yeah, so expand on that though. Tell me about the grind and the process. Like, what did you guys have to do collectively to finally get to this point?
man. Well, I mean, we was in another location prior to this one,
Yeah,
and so that one was the actual true build out. You know, we actually found a bigger location. We had to knock down walls, you know, tear up the concrete,
yeah,
bring everything in from scratch, and we was there for about a year and a half. About a year before, about 6 months, 8 months before Pete came along, and then about a year and a half after, before we lost him. And once we lost him, the gym kind of, you know, lost its spunk.
yeah.
And
That's when I was knocked down.
a lot of, and being that he was forced into this, you know, that's all we had.
Yeah,
That's all I had. And and so from there we just had to like, you know, what y'all say, man up, basically.
yeah, for sure.
And find a solution. And not let this dream go to the, you know, to the wayside. And so we moved over here to this location.
Okay.
Before we moved up here, I had a dream, a vision of him. Came to me clearly as day. I knew who it was. I'm not going vividly into it, but that would spark me into even having a meeting with him to even come over here to see this vision. And when he came from there, boom, 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 it's like, it's go time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we was dead. We was dead over there. You know how it works. You know what I mean? We was pretty much dead emotionally, financially, just everything. We was dead, and we probably had like maybe 5 days left. We was on our last weekend, and you know, we was really just waiting. One of us was probably just waiting out to who was gonna call who about saying, you know, how we was dead.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was pretty much like a vision. I mean, because I didn't even think to bring it over here in the first place. I didn't think he was gonna go with it because we had such a big place over there, and then with Pete being over there, I didn't think he was gonna still want to run with it over here.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, it was like overnight.
Yeah.
It was like a new vision overnight that I just came up with all these ideas, and I had to think of all these kind of ways to make him say, yay, let's go. Because, you know, emotionally it was hard. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was trying to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And then, but to keep that in mind, you know, emotionally, we couldn't let that make us lose what is now our lifestyle.
For
you
sure.
know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this, because, you know, I don't understand the way you guys understand it, but in terms of boxing, when you're in that, as they say, square circle, and you're basically fighting for your life, there are times when you get knocked down. Did you draw from any of that during that moment where you guys kind of felt like, we losing it?
Well, I'm not Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could say we took that concept. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta, you know, fall, get up, keep getting up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how I am. I mean,
Yeah.
And
life,
I want to say
life
the
is,
same,
you know,
because that dream is, if I was dazed or down, it was him telling me, get up, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And he used to always tell me before he passed, don't worry about that gym.
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he said to me in that dream. That's why I said I didn't go bib into it because it's real. That's another story again. But yes, that got me up.
Yeah. Could you tell us? You want to expand on what the vision was?
I really wanted to wait it for another time.
Okay.
you ready for him to get emotional.
Yeah.
Because it really was, you know, I mean, considering the time, but I mean, it really was like a vision that came, everything just fell in place. Like for me to go to him and have everything in place to have all the answers for him to, be convinced.
Yeah.
And then for it to come to like, that gym was big. And then I had to bring it over here and, knock down these walls and turn it into a gym in a weekend. So we didn't have any hiccups in our business. You know what I'm saying? So it was,
It made it happen.
It was almost 24 hours. We moved the gym overnight and made it happen. So it's almost like that's a whole nother story we can talk about. But yeah, it really happened overnight.
Yeah, wow.
It really
So
did.
It was a fresh start. It gave me a fresh start, a new beginning.
But it really did give us a fresh start. Yeah, the vibe kind of came back. I mean, I think that week when everybody stepped in, you just saw a spunk. And he was a little charged, as much as he could be. You know what I mean? And then from there, it just kind of rolled.
Back motivated.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, from there, just the blocks just started tumbling into the right direction. Right. Even right before COVID, because when COVID came, that's when it was like, one more time. We're like, nah, not now.
Yeah.
So, okay, tell us how COVID set y'all back, but y'all kept going at the same time. Tell us how, give a rundown how that happened. Like, what were y'all staying at then? Like,
we stayed safe as possible with the cleaning and sanitizing and everything. And we went to a point where we had to go out to personal training to the houses and things like that. So we went to train personal kids at the time. And that pretty much held us over for a while.
Okay.
And a bunch of prayers.
It ain't take but a month before the parents was calling talking about, can you please?
Oh, for sure.
Come get this kid, and we bring them to the
We
gym.
was trying to keep the protocol with the masking. And we've been doing this cleaning before the COVID. So it's nothing that we changed. So
the group classes ended up being personal training classes during COVID. Yeah. So everybody still pretty much stayed on deck. And then slowly but surely.
Did y'all have to take it like outside instead of being in a building?
Yes, we did for a while.
We did a little bit of both.
Both, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, like, with the weather, how did that work? Like, I know some days probably was too hot to be outside, but you're a boxer, you got to do all weathers, right?
Well, unfortunately, we didn't have a problem with the weather, so thank you. So that was one of our issues.
Okay.
So I see the chemistry between the two of you. How far does this connection go back? What is the story between the two of you?
High school.
Yes,
High school?
Yeah.
How long is that? 30-something years?
Don't tell them people that how old I am. But it's
Kid and play. House party.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah,
we had a lot of
So what was the vision then, though, at that point? I know you say you went into kind of the culinary thing. What was the vision? Did you, was this what you have here? Was this part of the vision ever at that point?
Time it was, because I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to own my own restaurant. And at the time, he wanted to be a barber, own his own shop. So we was on two different paths, but doing our own thing to where he figured out somewhere he had to be his own boss.
Yeah.
And then when he took over that and show how it works, and then that's when he started showing me, hey man, we doing too much. We doing too much. The same thing you're doing, you do for yourself. Yeah. And I used to hate him saying, not hate him for saying that, but I used to get mad because I'm going to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to work tomorrow.
And we used to argue.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, sit back, get in the fuss and matches about it. Like, you wouldn't see my point.
Yeah.
Like, you cooking these dishes for them, why you don't cook it for yourself? Yeah. Your own business. Yeah. Make that money.
So again, like I said, we will be back into with that. We're just going to get these settled. And
yeah, so him jumping into this, I was hoping would spark that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely did. Timing is everything.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that maybe at the time.
Where does that spirit come from in you? Where you get that drive from, that type of mentality to go and get yours, to be an entrepreneur?
Just can't. I want the bag like everybody else. I mean,
lifestyle.
And then too, caught some felonies as a youngin'. So as a youngin', when you have felonies, they like, you can't get a good job. So that's all right, cause I don't work for nobody. Yeah. And but I'm gonna make something of myself. So that was the biggest thing.
Okay.
So you got knocked down.
So you got knocked down.
But
they try to knock you
right
away.
back.
Yeah.
But that was really. I just knew I had to have a hustle in me if I was gonna be something.
Yeah, sure. Do you draw from that now when you're working with the kids? Do you kind of share? Do you feel free enough to share some of your experiences.
Yeah, I think I'm relatable
Yeah.
to some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the ones with anger issues or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. You had any type of similar experience? Cause I know y'all homeboys or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know you. I ain't telling you snitch on yourself or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't crazy, but just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Hey, like that's all I'm gonna give you. They out there still looking for me. Like, they said nothing else.
Yeah, so I gotta like when the kids come sign up, do you give them a nutrition plan, or you just say go ahead eat what you want, still just come here?
No, I had that.
Man, why not?
Only time I get serious about the nutrition plans is the ones that want to try to be fighters. But the kids, I just want to keep it fun for them, work on coordination drills, discipline, things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Try to carry like a YMCA rec center atmosphere for the kids.
making it fun.
Be too strict, they don't want to do it.
Right.
You don't get too much effort out of kids these days, so you gotta
Yeah, you
try
right
the
about
fun
that.
in it first.
But once you want
I mean,
to do
you
it,
find some serious ones,
then
but
the game
a lot of them
changes
are
for
being drugged here because
Yeah.
the
Is-
parents need them out the house or something.
Is it a situation where you kind of see it in the kid, or do you have it more so where the kid kind of comes to you where they're like, yo, I really want this?
I don't deal with the kids as much as he does, but the adults do. The
Yeah.
teens
Yeah,
do.
I wouldn't
Like
say
the
it's both.
teens,
You get both.
definitely the teens. To have one the other day, come tell me he was missing in action for a minute because his head won't right. He said, but when he's up in here, he's on point. He feels good about himself, and so he said he want to keep coming and this, that, and the third. So I hear a lot of it from the younger adults, teens mostly.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting because I see a lot of kids. I ain't gonna lie, I was a knucklehead back in the day. I was out there in the neighborhood
man, we all were.
with them gloves on, like, you know what I'm saying? I do this, come see me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know it's different when you come into this environment. I would imagine that this environment gives you like some type of a stamp. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be different when you come here. Because I know when I was out there doing it in the streets, like, man, we was everywhere, man. Like this whole lot was the
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's different when you can't run, when you got to stand toe to
Right,
toe.
and you see
know
how
what I'm saying?
small the ring is.
Yeah.
And that's on purpose. Yeah, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff.
What am I supposed to do? Get up and go let him in?
No, if you come in, we just bring him up here. So, like Anthony was saying, that's how I feel at the same time. People ask me all the time, would you step in the ring with Mike Tyson? I said, yeah. If any kind of money, I'm going to step in the ring with him. He ain't say, do I got to fight him?
for me to win, right? Why not? Let's get this check.
So, you know what I mean? I'm going to step in there. I ain't going to say what's going to happen, but at the same time, it's
But we know what's going to happen.
it's all good.
That's all right, though. That's okay. As long as you know what's going to happen, you should be comfortable with getting in the ring.
Yeah, I know what can happen. I'm going to knock him out.
There you go.
I mean, don't nobody want to have no loser mentality.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You want to win. You know, nobody want to have a loser. I'm a man up. I'm going to step in there with Mike. Mike, if you see this,
By all means.
you see this.
I think those one of the ones that you accept the pat on the back. Good job, you did good.
Yeah.
You tried.
Absolutely.
No, but like I said earlier, when I seen that picture of Mike right there, I said, that's a good picture of Mike. How you doing today? But yeah,
I forgot about that picture.
yeah. So yeah, I'm like, just got to man up in every situation, and just keep it going. Like, y'all got another business too together, right? Or is it just your business?
Yeah, it's just,
That's it.
Just your business,
You
okay.
didn't say it like that, though.
You know what I mean?
I be trying to bring him in on everything.
That's
See, I got that started before he would listen to me, so he missed out on that.
do that one.
He missed out on that.
Yes, sir.
So I got a question. So I know you guys. You know, it seems like at least my initial impression was that y'all primary focus was boxing. How do you slide into the kickboxing arena?
That wasn't on me. Remember I was telling you a point that boxing was my thing that I got into. It got to a point where me and my uncle had disconnected for a while, and I didn't want to go to a boxing gym, so I wanted something different to do, but I miss the ways of the boxing gym, the smell of it, the talk or whatever. So I joined a martial arts school, and when I did that, it kind of brought all of that back. And then when we got in tune with each other and fixed everything, and it was on from there. That's what the kickboxing came into.
Okay.
I was thinking about the money.
I feel you.
And I figured why not be, so he took it, he knew some folks in that industry, and he trained in that industry.
Yeah.
And that's what he wanted to do. Sound like more money to me.
Yeah.
Let's do
So
it.
that's why we have both
He
sides.
can't out the hustle, man.
Yeah, that was part of being a partner. This is
Yeah.
my first time partnering, so yeah, I was like, let's get it. I was trying to convince him to do it, so everything he brought to the table, let's roll.
Yeah. You find any individuals coming in with an interest in that?
Yes, we do. We have kids. I have a couple of guys that have changed his life. I have a kid that went over to Thailand actually and fought.
Oh, wow.
And that was the most inspirational thing that have happened for me.
Yeah.
Because he hit me on Facebook like, Coach, it was all because of you that showed me this.
Yeah.
I'm in Thailand. That's amazing.
Yeah. I seen videos of those individuals at like 5, man. Like, they got shins of iron. Like, I don't know how they be doing the stuff they be doing, man.
Yeah,
So that's tough, though.
Kicking the bag hurt.
Yeah, that got to be inspirational, though, big, and especially for him to say, because of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
he would want to branch out to that extent, to have the faith to go way over there,
Yes.
to fight those dudes who do it.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no game to them. They do it
Give
for a
them the
living.
basics and put them in the right direction.
Yeah,
To get more further educated, and he just flew.
yeah.
It flew, and it was amazing. I really appreciate that.
Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. So I hear the grind in you. So you're more of the I guess I don't know. I don't want to say it for you, but you more. I feel like you're more of the office guy. You the suit and tie guy.
I ain't a suit and tie guy, but I'm definitely more of the, I guess
Ideas.
I say he the opposite. If you got to say, everybody play a part. He operates the gym and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'll try to, not manage, play administrator, I guess. I don't know. Like the best, I don't know.
You get in there with the gloves though,
It's been a while. It's been a while, though. But
It sound like he was trying to challenge you or something.
I don't got no smoke.
just messing.
My time is up, bro. I know when to quit. I'm calling the police. I don't want to fight.
He called the police.
I do more like light sparring now for workout.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
You still get in there? You still?
Unfortunately, no, I don't. That's another podcast. No, actually, I was doing something for the kids and hurt myself. That's another story.
He broke his neck.
So I don't want nobody to knock my dreads off.
That's tough. Like I can appreciate the chemistry though. Just seeing the vibe between the two of you. That's why I asked the question about how long, because y'all seem like y'all known each other for a while. You know what I'm saying? That's tough though, because like especially for the two of you, like in this day and time, you know how our community tend to be, crabs in the bucket. Like nobody getting out. But to be willing to partner with someone to share your vision, and not only to share your vision, but to hear the vision, and then combine the two. Not only that, but to get a spark of your own for you to get the vision and come back and say, hey, I think we can do this.
You man up.
Yeah, so that I think that is inspirational. Like that's motivation for me, just to see how, we can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, typically they look at our community like, don't worry about it. Like, want to get out. But the rest of them was like, You know what I'm saying? So I can appreciate that y'all got the motivation to do it, and that C say still the wheel's still turning.
Still going.
So it feels like you're more of the dreamer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. So I know you don't really think it's too much, but do you feel like at times like he needs to slow down? Or are you good with the motivation?
Honestly, I don't think he needs to slow down, but for me, he needs to slow down. Because I like to tackle and conquer and tackle and conquer. I like it though, but that's good for him. He keeps going,
Yeah.
So
how,
it helps me for real. Honestly, it keeps me in that motivated state. Because other times I can go into that dead spot, or I can no, we can do it.
Yeah.
But
I just see money in everything.
Yeah.
Or I try to, or I don't try to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean?
So how y'all find that balance? How do y'all find it where it's not over too much for you and it's not too slow for you? How do y'all find that balance where y'all can ride that wave together and it consistently leads to progress.
If I can taste, touch it, and feel it, I can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what that's.
sound like
That's
me.
it.
Sound
That's
like
it.
me.
You write that plan
But
down. You
that's
can't
a
just tell
hindrance,
me.
though.
Okay.
You gotta write
That's
that
a
plan
hindrance.
down, and you gotta go from
I
A
get
to
it, but
Z.
that's a hindrance.
Then
You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
on.
That's a hindrance. The only way you
Yeah.
can touch it is if you do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, approach it, apply it. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I feel him though.
So
to
you
be
got
honest
it.
with you, because I'm gonna tell you like this: my wife got a million plans, like she a dreamer, and that's why I say that to you. And I be like, I don't understand it.
Well, as long as she focus on one and get going,
Yeah,
That'll
let's
start.
go.
yeah. If she can lay it out for
That's
me, and I'm
smart,
like, oh, okay, now we can run with it. Meanwhile, she done came up with 30
Yeah, I
different
learned.
ideas.
So she just got to learn to do that. Then, because I kind of low key did that with the gym. I wasn't doing that before. Well, you got to do that. But my bad. But real talk though, I kind of did that with the gym with him.
Yeah.
I came to him and I kind of like boom, 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 boom. With the restaurant, I couldn't do that
Yeah.
because he had his own vision, and so with that, with how he wanted the restaurant,
Yeah.
so he felt like it had to take so many steps to do that, and I'm more like, no, it don't. We can start here and let's get there.
Still to this day.
So, like I said, I feel
from
you,
learning
bro.
to do this,
We need them,
It didn't
but I feel
take
you.
those steps, you know.
That's how
So,
you do it.
like I said, so you're gonna see us doing some other things.
Yeah,
You
for
can do a
sure.
million things, just do it. Like
Yeah.
one day you do that, the next day do that. Like do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Don't
You-
do it
you-
for nobody
you
else.
say you
Better
got
when do it.
restaurants
That's the thing, because you're
and
gonna
all
do
that
that
coming
same
up, right?
work you're gonna put in for
Yes,
yourself. You're gonna
we
put it
got
in
some
for
things
someone
right.
else.
Yeah, for sure.
They're
for
gonna
sure.
tell you to do it, and you're gonna go do it.
Yeah.
So do it for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. For
So
sure.
like even anything with business, like tell the people out there, like what's the first thing you got to come up with first?
Man, I guess the idea.
The plan, the business,
idea, the
the
plan.
idea of the plan.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you do have to have a plan. I mean, you definitely still gotta have a plan, and then all the other stuff will fall in line once you start approaching the plan.
Yeah.
And a catchy name. A catchy name always catch people's eye.
Sometimes the name can come last because once you put in the work, you'll find the name.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
You don't always have to start with the name, but I mean sometimes that can drive you too because the name will, put you
it
in the
depends
vision.
on how.
But
Yes.
sometimes the name, what if the name was stolen? I mean, not stolen, but already taken.
Oh,
You
true.
see what I'm saying? So you might think of the name someone might already have, which will stop your vision.
No, don't supposed to stop the vision. Keep it going.
Yeah, so the name will come last. I want to think about the name to the last anyway.
So I got a tough question. I see y'all trying to hold a lot of it close to the vest. But what is the vision going forward? Can you reveal what's the vision going forward for Powerhouse? Don't say what you can't say. Don't say what you can't say.
Say what you can say.
I mean, yeah, there's a few things I guess. I mean, we need more members, so we're trying to get more members, more coaches in the building.
Yeah.
So that's the first, thing we're trying to do. And then as far as the expansion,
Expand.
from there we will expand.
Okay.
Not into maybe franchise or anything, but more into other programs.
Yeah.
Into the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, get back to the community. That's why we here, man up.
Yeah.
Because we want to get back to the community,
Yeah.
keep our fellas, men, being back in the house with their kids and just showing all the young guys up, bringing them up right. Because, it ain't about being tough, it's about being smart now.
That's right.
Like I said, expansion.
Tough is smart.
Yeah, see, I thought the same thing. I let
Tough and
those
smart.
exact words really just went through my head.
Smart is
Well,
tough.
not necessarily, because you can be tough in the wrong situations.
Well, let's
You
flip
know
it
them
then.
tough guys that's locked up in jail?
Well, I mean, smart
No,
is tough.
smart.
Yeah, I think
Smarter
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Make
I
those-
got you.
make
Yeah,
those
for
things.
sure.
Okay, I
decisions.
understand
Smart is
now.
tough.
But yeah, man up.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And we got another guest that's supposed to be coming up and talk. Did you get his mic right? Okay, yeah. What's the thing you didn't write right? Anything else you want to share?
Not at the moment. Come to Powerhouse. 777 Hill Shopping Center. We will be here. Our house, your house. Jeff can sit here.
Okay.
I can stand up.
Come on over, Mr. Jeff.
Nice to see you again, sir.
How you doing?
My God.
I thought you were Obama coming in here, man.
That is our
That is
Obama.
Obama.
Let me switch mics. They on the switch mic.
If you want to get, you can give him a mic, let him talk real. Oh, I'm gonna get him a mic.
Oh, shit.
Get him a mic.
I'm good.
Mic ain't on.
You want a stool by the ring?
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll go get it.
He need to let that blood rush through his legs anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. I start doing some drills in here.
Oh yeah, show us a little combination right quick.
No, man, that's another section.
A little 1 or 2.
I got to charge for that one.
He said he got a charge for that.
That's a zoom.
He hit it with a zoom, man. Mic on.
Hello.
Mic check.
Mike, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Right.
How you doing today, Mr. Jeff?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Glad to be here with my brothers.
Yeah.
And talking about how to man up. So, well, I heard y'all talking about expansion. What's
Oh yeah, the guy trying to expand. Tell us what's your job for to help these guys, help us guys in the community anyway,
okay?
for the expansion.
Well, without giving away the whole bag of candy. I have brothers and I have been talking about potential expansion. Yes, in the Virginia Beach community, but I can envision a powerhouse location in Norfolk, or a powerhouse location in Chesapeake, powerhouse location out in Suffolk, or across the water in Newport News. But with some things that we're trying to do right now, I plan to approach the city of Virginia Beach. I'm probably just gonna pop up on them before I set an agenda meeting, just to get them ready for what we want. But we want to approach them to have a powerhouse boxing and kickboxing recognized for the contributions that Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, while he was here, what he was able to contribute and give his blessing to, and because he was here, and as you can see, from the family, we want to continue what he instilled in us. And I say us because I right there growing up under his influence too, and he not only impacted just the people that were in his immediate circle, but around.
Right.
So Powerhouse is a part of that. So we want to have Powerhouse Boxing Kickboxing officially recognized by the city of Virginia Beach, and I think that will do a lot in helping to further cement his legacy locally, as well as internationally, because people all over the world, I think, will be interested in coming here to see just what's going on here, as far as how Coach Twan, Coach B, helping youth. And that's really what it's all about, youth of the future. And no matter, what your political philosophy is, what your religious ideology is, whatever you believe, I mean, your kids are your treasure. And people, they send their kids to school and that sort of thing, but even after school, they have, after school stuff to eat. These men man up enough to help individuals. I mean, even as far as, outside of a sports venue, to teach them life lessons. I've seen them helping kids with homework.
Wow.
Stuff like that. It's little things that help to impart that sense of community, that sense of family that was instilled in us by a legend like Sweet Pea, and lessons that he taught outside of the ring are still being passed on by these brothers.
Right.
And as far as my position and my ability and my part in helping them to do that, well, my organization is called Savage Inc.
Okay.
Savage Inc. is long name. You seen the Avengers and all that Shield and all that. See, Shield got the long name. Well, Savage got a long name too. Savage stands for Strategic Advocacy Ventures and Grassroots Engagement Incorporated. It's a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we do a lot in the community, basically with criminal justice reform. And we've decided to partner in order to just to bring. Well, I mean, partnership is always good.
It's always good. Yeah.
Business sense, and we through my some of my connections and some of my position and authority, that I have, to help make those connections with local, state officials,
Right.
and entities and businesses that may not know about this, about the work that they're doing, and say, hey, I want to contribute to that.
Because everybody should know about this.
Right. You should just get the word out. And, he know 10 people, you know 10 people, So, and the people that we know other people. And that's how the word gets out and the word spreads. And once it gets to the ears of the right people, those people who have money and who have positions of authority that are able to say, hey, let's help these out, because ultimately it helps the community, which is everybody. It's not just the black community or the white community. It's the community. Period.
The whole community.
It's everybody, and that's what we need more of nowadays. As we get into this trying times that are dividing us and everything, we need more togetherness. So that's what anything that's going to support that, which is what I see these brothers do day in and day out. I'm going to support that, and they support me as well. And that's what it's all about, supporting each other. Talk about manning up. Everybody has a story. This brother, me, I got a story. We all got a story. But in my opinion, it's really not always about would you say when you get knocked down. Is whether you got the heart to get back up once you get knocked down, because you're gonna get knocked down. You get in the ring, you're gonna get hit. Don't be scared to get hit. You gotta punch too. Your punch, you got power too. Use your power. And you'll see what type of effect that has on the next person who may not have thought they had enough power to react in a certain way. And it's not always about violence. That's how things get worked out. You work out your stress and all that thing, but then you can go talk to the person. That's respectful. That's sportsmanlike conduct. Once you compete on the battlefield, or on the football field, basketball court, or in the boxing ring, and then after that's over, you go to a party together or whatever. Go have lunch or whatever, however it is you work out. Just like same way in politics, one side heated debate, other side, but you vote, and after the vote, it is what it is, and you go get drinks or something.
So how we go about, not to cut you off, how we go about being a politician or doing what you do, like your job?
Oh, bro, that's real easy. You first of all, like you were talking about earlier, like you say, your wife got 100 things, you need to narrow it down to one. Whatever your issue is, whatever you feel passionate about, whatever speaks to you, if it's something that pissed you off, and it has to piss you off badly enough to take action. There's already a group out there that's doing something that you want to take action on, whether it's the environment or it's voting or criminal justice or women's rights or whatever it is that speaks to you. There's somebody out there doing something about it. And if not, you do something. You start your own organization. Right. You do it. But if not, what you can do is go out there and join them and support them and spread the word about that thing. And what will happen is you'll see how many other people share this interest. Okay? Now, there is everywhere in every city, in all over the country, there is a law that is governing that thing that pissed you off. And there's a politician already in place that you can go talk to. This is a public official. So that means that they're going to talk to you. I'm going to rephrase that. Okay. They're going to talk to you if you're a voter. If you don't vote, then you're not going to hold their interest. You're a concerned citizen, and your opinion matters, but it matters more once you put that vote behind it. That's your voice in the government that they're trying to take away right now from everybody. Well, from mostly everybody.
Minority.
Some people, people with enough influence and that can pull the right strings, they're trying to say, okay, we reserve it, but they did. A lot of people are trying to make it harder for individuals to vote instead of easier. It should be easier to cast your vote and make your voice heard. But what you do is you go and talk to that politician if they're on the school board, if they're on the city council, if they're in the state legislature, if they're in the federal legislature. Talk to them, because these are the people who write and approve and vote on the laws. And what they do is they listen. Most of them listen. Some of them listen to the special interests.
The one with the money.
The corporations and the big money, yeah. But they should be listening to the people who elected them and sent them to that office in the first place so that they can vote the interest of their constituency. Okay. And that's how you get involved. And if you want to get involved directly, you work on the campaign. Get involved in the campaign so you can get the behind the scenes of the in and outs, what it takes to run a campaign, what it takes to be a candidate, just how it works.
Okay.
And you'll get. So the better you do.
So when are you running? Let us know. You know what I mean? We're gonna have people out there behind you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you.
You gonna make that call now?
That's a.
I mean, if you can't say it, you can't say it. Yeah, if you can't say it, don't say it.
I can't remember. When that time comes,
just let us know.
You'll
Okay.
definitely know.
All right.
But
campaign.
Right now, I appreciate that though, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Hey, hold me to it. Hold me to it.
But yeah, just like I get into an office and I say something, you hold me to. It's called accountability. Right. That's all. It's all. It's accountability. And when the person says something, on the street, your word is your bond. Right.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be your bond.
Not in politics, though.
Right. Well, that's what you have to change. Now, and see, certain people, it is. Certain people you can hold accountable. You can't, they're gonna be like, okay, well, I made this promise. I need to keep my word. But see, not everybody's like that, and that's what has to change. So,
boy, ain't nobody like that in politics. I ain't seen one yet.
So if you been you're human.
Sure.
So you got to be truthful for what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Or you just saying what you're gonna say just to get in office.
Some people do that.
So you think I can run for the same thing you can run for?
Bro, you can.
No schooling or no nothing. Just go ahead and just run for it.
Kanye ran.
Listen.
He's like Kanye. Kanye ran for president.
He ran when?
But he ran.
He tried. Yeah.
He tried.
Yeah.
He ran.
Yeah.
He was actually on the
Listen,
Yeah,
you can run. I'm not saying you're gonna win,
Oh, I'm gonna win.
but hey, that's half of it right there, bro. You got the right
I'm gonna say what the people want to hear,
I'm gonna. What you gotta
Say what they
do
want
as
to
far as
hear.
the
and I'm gonna do what they want me to do.
That's right.
As far as the requirements, you know, nowhere does it say in the rules
There's definitely no
that you have to have
requirements
a college degree,
Okay.
or you have to have you have to meet certain identity requirements and the requirements of the state. You know what I mean? You have to be like a resident and live there for so long, and a lot of other rules. But it doesn't say anything about any sort of academic credential that you have to have. You know, I trust me. It's people in Congress right now that you look at.
But look, but you're a black guy, so you got to be 10 times better or up fronter than
To
that.
win the vote.
Yeah, than that other guy.
What the thing
everybody can run.
that it comes down to is transparency. All right, transparency means that you are not you got nothing to hide. You don't have any hidden agendas. You don't have any people you owe. You don't have anything that you covering up.
People
you
you
just
owe,
out there
meaning money?
running. You just putting it all out there.
You can't owe money running for office?
No, not your what.
You talking credit or you talking
No. Okay.
When you say what do you mean?
When you running for office, you can't have any sort of financial obligations or ties to most entities, businesses, or
so
anything
meaning
like that.
you can't have loans out. That what
Yeah,
you mean?
you can have like legitimate bank loans and stuff that you paying on, and you know that's everybody does
So
that.
basically,
I just understand what you meant when you said don't owe nobody. What do you mean by that?
No, like don't owe.
Salome.
So nobody, in other words, nobody owns you. Is that what you're saying?
No. When I say don't owe anybody, I mean okay, if you have a business, right, and your business is in partnership with a bank, let's say a bank, right, and you know that you can run for your office, but you can't be on the board of that bank or
that makes sense.
Get any type of benefit because that bank could then exert influence
Right,
when it's come time. That's all.
But that's what you mean when you say
That's
So that's what I was kind of saying. Like nobody can control.
Right, exactly.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Okay.
I thought you were talking about if you owe Salome, I couldn't go.
Oh no, bro.
I was gonna say, well, God, that would make it.
No, it's people with student loans out there that run and do their thing and win and all of that. But as long as you are not seen to have any sort of obligation that's not out there already. See, all of that stuff is out there. It's public knowledge, and you can be okay with that. But if any sort of appearance of impropriety that could be potential, you might not. That's why when people run for office, they step off of boards and they step off of certain committees so that they can say, hey, my hands are clean. I don't have any ties.
Yeah.
Right. And that's supposed to be the best
never
way
clean.
you go.
So when you go to Church Street, right, do you drive slow or you drive fast?
I drive the limit.
Hey, that's a good answer. Good answer.
Speed limit, brother.
But when you run, you got to stop and pass from that fly.
Hey, bro, when I run, see, I'm from my Church Street. I grew up right there.
Right there.
So everybody know. Well, I don't know this younger generation, man.
They tough. They tough around there now.
But yeah,
You might be careful when you say
out
everybody
there.
know you go to church.
Yeah, be a little careful.
It's time for me to run. Yeah, I'm gonna be out there knocking doors with flyers and a shirt on, saying vote Jeff Charity for whatever I do, city council or whatever it is. But that's what you got to do. You have to, and it has to be you running your issue. Your one issue that you start with, is gonna mushroom into like 5 other issues. Because when you run, they're gonna ask you about your issue that you're running on, but they're also gonna ask you about these other issues that the people out there care about, just like you care about, youth violence or something like that. They're gonna, people gonna ask you about abortion, and all kinds of stuff. So it's good to have that college degree, or as long as you educating yourself and are able to speak in a coherent and very substantive way to whatever the issue is, then you are definitely more likely to capture that person's vote, or at least their interest, to make them say, let me look at this guy. I like how he sound. Let me talk to him. And see, with me, I'm all about the kids. I mean, I'm a criminal justice reform guy. Everybody who knows me knows that. You know what I mean? I was incarcerated, so.
So you don't think they use that against you because you was incarcerated?
How? How can you use that against me when I just told you that? That's not I'm not trying to hide the fact that I'm incarcerated. That's, I just got a pardon from the governor. So I was able to, go from being incarcerated to getting a pardon from the governor. And that's part of, because of working with brothers like this, giving back, to the community. And people saying, this brother's serious about giving back to the community. He's serious about helping kids. He's serious about, and that's what I don't worry about that. Because people, if you taking all of the wind and taking the wind out of their sails, if that's all they have to use against you is you're a convicted felon. Okay, yeah. I can tell you three Republicans who are close to the president. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even matter what your party is, but it's more Republican felons.
Oh, I believe that.
From federal level than anybody else. But still,
He got me get my rights back. I was a felon member.
That's right.
Okay,
yeah.
He helped me get my rights back, my gun rights and all.
Got your gun rights too.
That's what I do.
Good. That's good, man.
That's what we do.
You was a felon. You was in there taking people's snacks in there. You was the kingpin. Now he changed his life, y'all.
But that's what it's all about, bro. Being an example, to go into the prisons and say, hey, if I did it, you can do it.
You got my vote. You got my vote.
So and it's not.
You just said that. You got me vote.
But it's the truth, though. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Even if you don't, my passion became the law. I started absorbing the law. Even when I was still locked down, I was like, just read everything. But
read and eat the noodles and all the smokes.
He said polite. I just cut that.
Yeah, even when you come out though, politics ain't your thing. You don't. That's not whatever. Cool. If it's truck driving, if it's electricity, whatever it is that speaks to you, that makes you happy, and to get up in the morning, you want to make money doing it. Okay, then you get out and you do that. Because brothers, it kills me to hear brothers say, well, I can't do this and I can't. Yes, you can.
You a prime example.
Yes, you can.
You a prime example.
Right.
You a prime example. You a prime example. I am too.
You can do it. Man up. You got to man up. And stop saying I can't. Once you start saying I can, you will. And that's just as simple as it is, And once you do, because you will, once you do, you join with like-minded brothers who are thinking the same way. I can do it too, and I will do it. So we're gonna do it together now.
Right.
And the more of that we have, especially in the black community, it's gonna be the better, not just for black people, but for everybody.
Right. Man, you be talking some stuff, man. We gotta get you on the show. For real, you
took the show over.
Oh, my bad.
I thought that's about power.
I vote for
Jeff Charity. This is Powerhouse Boxing.
Just so you know, he is our liaison. He's our man. He's affiliated with us too.
Powerhouse brought him here.
We're going to put him here. We're going to put him where we're going to go.
That's how you know he talked for us.
He talked for Powerhouse.
We use him for talking.
Go ahead, you can tell the people that
That's right. Look, everybody.
he talked for everybody.
All right, everybody in Virginia Beach,
Yes.
everybody in Chesapeake, Suffolk, the 7 cities.
He got the swole for
All
you
right,
if you need it.
please. Come check out Powerhouse Boxing and Kickboxing.
Come check it out.
All right, go to
For life.
Facebook and check out Savage Inc. Strategic Advocacy Ventures and Grassroots
sir.
Engagement. My name is Jeff Charity. If you don't know me, all right, Charity. You can. That's right.
Hey,
I told you
Support your favorite charity, which is me. I got charities all across the state. I'm Jeff. All right. And we appreciate y'all to the fullest. So,
Oh yeah, we
so
appreciate you.
Please
Appreciate
support.
y'all, man. Like we said, we here to appreciate y'all story or whatever. And I'm gonna let Anthony take it over. Go ahead, Ant.
So that's it. That's another amazing
Russell
show.
Simmons.
Yeah, for the ManUp Podcast Lounge. So we appreciate y'all checking us out. We appreciate y'all watching the show. We'll be back to give y'all another banging episode. So y'all stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
I have a dream. One day, this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
Yo, what's up? It's the ManUp Podcast Lounge. It's the ManUp Podcast Lounge. It's the ManUp Podcast Lounge. Man up, the ManUp Podcast Lounge.